What's up, Neil?
Cal, how you doing today?
I am doing fabulous. Yourself?
Doing great, thank you.
Thank you for joining me here on Season 3, Episode 15.
15, yes.
Yes. I just opened up and over on. So, how about that guitar solo, huh?
Yeah, who's that?
That's Prince. My guitar gently weeps.
Oh, okay. All right. I did not know that, but I think I'm going to find out.
I heard he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, who do we got over there? Look, it's TJ Flowers, who's probably just been itching to speak ever since he heard Prince. So, no, we do have TJ with us. So,
what's up,
TJ? Welcome.
Thank you so much.
TJ,
Good to be here.
What's up,
absolutely.
TJ?
I love having you here. We were just talking in the green room ahead of time and stuff, but actually, I've been trying to get you on since pretty early in Season 2, I think it was.
Yeah.
As
Life
soon-
happens.
Yeah, absolutely. But as soon as I got on Facebook, you've been around and
Yeah.
you know whatever, and so how I know you is I remember just being a little guy. You were one of the older soccer players that everyone kind of always looked up to, and then you ended up playing at Churchill with my brother, who was a year younger than you. So you're.
I'm still alive.
No, you're right. Yay! I mean,
I made it.
Still
Shit, you never know with us anymore, right? But no, so that meant that I actually never went to high school with you. By the
Right,
time
it's a
you
year. I think it was a
graduated.
year
We missed
away.
it by a
Yep.
year.
Yeah.
Missed it by a year, so.
Lucky you.
Lucky me, no. But we would talk. I don't think we've probably seen each other since the 90s.
Right.
Yeah, so that's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And obviously we were never super tight because of the
Right.
age gap back then. That
Sure.
would have been weird.
I remember going to watch you play, and of course your brother.
Right?
Me and your brother played high school, and we played a season with the Wolves together.
Yes, that's right. Towards the end.
Towards the
end. Which was
After United broke up.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like where you could still be like a year deep in the college and still
Yep.
come back and play
Yep.
U19 and all
Yep.
that shit. So yes, that's where I kind of actually remember being more meeting you and talking to you, whereas
Right.
before I was just that little guy like, oh my god, there's TJ with that awesome mullet. I wish I had that.
It was a sweet mullet.
It was a sweet fucking
Yeah.
mullet.
I don't. Yeah, it's not there anymore. Now it's a skullet.
Yeah, exactly. That's about what I could come up with. I'm not about to. I'm not doing the Brett Michaels. I don't have the bandanas.
I'm good.
Yeah, there's not enough bandanas.
There's not enough bandanas in the world to take care of this shit. And I'm not wearing a cowboy hat. So.
Yeah, I'm good.
So music's been a huge part of your life, though, from very early on, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. Because my biggest influences was my mother, who used to wake us Flowers kids up with vinyl. So we would hear Chicago, Stevie Wonder, Elton John, Billy Joel, Earth, Wind and Fire. Very eclectic. When we would hear the music, we were like, "Yeah, it's time to get up."
Right.
And she'd come in and very, very upbeat. Time to get up, and yeah. So her and I would say my older sister Jamie, were my biggest influences in music, and through Jamie is where I discovered Prince.
Okay.
Which she had the 1999 album, which I listened to by myself. I snuck it out, and that was, like I said, that was the first time I heard the word "fuck" on a
That's
record.
hilarious. Which is huge back then.
I was in 5th grade.
I mean,
so-
why do you
how old
think
are
we
you?
all listened to the fucking two-letter crew and everything?
So
at first,
everybody-
'cause they swore.
So the 1999 album, everybody loves Little Red Corvette, and the
Right.
title 1999. The song I listened to was "Let's Pretend We're Married," and at the end of the song, he said, "I sincerely want to fuck the taste out of your mouth." And I'm in 5th grade. I'm like, what does that mean? But it's interesting.
Right.
And so with that and the other songs, he just sounded different, and I gravitated towards him. Songs like "Lady Cab Driver," "Automatic," "Must Be Something in the Water." I just attached to him, and then Purple Rain came out a year later, and then he blew up, and then I found out he wrote and played all the instruments on everything, and I discovered he had 4 albums before that.
All the way back to like the late 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
which-
first album was For You,
Which is fucking crazy.
and then self-titled Prince album, which were okay. You could tell he was developing.
Right.
And then with his Dirty Mind and Controversy albums, those are amazing. I highly recommend them. And ever since then, I've been hooked because
Right.
he's always recording, he's always creating, and
That was a big loss for the music.
it was the biggest celebrity. That hit me more than any
Right.
celebrity.
You know, and
Right.
I always see those posts. Which celebrity one made you cry? You're like, none of them because they're celebrities. I'm like, you're a douche. Like, that's like the douchiest answer ever, right? Because I remember the one that hit me, and I'll never forget it, was MCA from Beastie Boys.
Oh, I love the Beastie Boys.
Absolutely. And I was traveling for work at the time, and I remember I was driving home from the airport. I was meeting the family at Buddy's on Farmington Road there.
Yep.
And I got there before them, and on the way I heard that he had passed. And I knew, of course, he was sick. Everyone, it wasn't new news, but just the fact that he was gone.
Right.
And I was like, damn. Because one, he seemed like such a nice guy, especially if you look at his evolution over the years. He's got a wife and kids. But then, I hate to say it, then you also go to the fan. The Beastie Boys are gone.
Yeah.
They'll never be this, they're never doing it again. You know what I mean? Like, even if
sure
they
do.
ever did something, then
I
it's crazy.
when Prince
it's
passed,
final.
I was like,
It's final.
because he was always creating. He was
Right.
always. I was like, it's over.
Right? Yeah, he was never a nostalgia act.
When
He
you're
was
at
always
Paisley
creative.
Park, every room says wired for sound, because he was afraid if he thought of something, he would blurt it out and be recorded. So every room has a sign says recorded for. So everything was wired. Even the
So if
bathroom.
you missed that, yes, this guy's been to Paisley Park.
Yes.
So you went. Let's just dive into that right now. Fuck it. We'll fuck everything else. We have no format here. So you were actually in Prince's compound
Yes, for a week.
For 1 week. And
For
you did this
$250.
for $250.
Yeah.
Holy shit! How did this happen? Like literally.
It was his
like, I
fan
mean-
club.
Okay.
And during that time, I don't think Prince was as, he was off the radar.
What year was this?
2002.
Oh
Okay.
shit! I mean, that's
It was before he did the Grammys with Beyonce, where he kind of had a
kind of
resurgence.
and then the Hall of Fame.
Right. That was before that.
Of course, right.
So, I've always been a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I've always admired his musicianship and his talent. I didn't get wrapped up in all his image, and I knew what he was doing.
Right. Yeah. Right. No. You know what though? Like when you look at that aspect of it, there wasn't too many male performers that really figured that shit out, but he did.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
When nobody was cursing, he did.
Yeah.
When everybody was cursing, he stopped.
Right. Yeah. No. Absolutely. Or even just the way that he was and
Well,
he
absolutely.
looked and performed.
Absolutely.
and-
He was about being yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself.
right.
No matter what you want to wear, no matter how you are, what you like, be yourself.
Which is why he always looked and felt the same all the way to the end, unlike Michael Jackson.
Right. Did you ever
Because
see?
I was always Team Prince.
Did you ever see Prince in blue jeans?
No, probably not. Yeah, no.
No.
Maybe assless chaps.
That
but you're never gonna see him in
Let
blue
me tell
jeans.
you. like I told you earlier, he made it tough for male fans sometimes. That was one of them.
That was one of them.
That was one I was like, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's got talent. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, but you know what?
He's super talented though.
Let's
I
not
don't like his
forget. At least he went all the way in because Vince Neil wore assless chaps, I believe, in the Home Sweet Home video, but the assless part was covered up. At least
Good.
Prince went all in like a fucking man. Fucking Prince was a man.
That's right.
That's right. So what was Paisley Park like? I mean,
Oh, that was one of the best weeks of my life.
so where did you stay when you were there for?
Down the street in a
Okay,
in
so
in
there was like a
hotel.
little. Okay.
Yeah.
And you just came at some point during the day and could hang out.
Yeah, he had events. He'd like a workshop every day with a different artist.
Okay.
And so you would go, and then they would talk about their career, and you could also just walk around Paisley Park if you wanted, and all his awards were there, like his Oscar and all of his American Music Awards, Grammys,
Oh shit.
and he had a store in there. It was just, I mean, after Purple Rain, with all that money, he built Paisley Park for $11 million. So instead of spending it on drugs, or he built it on music. And what the casual fan doesn't know about Prince is after a concert, he would go to a small club and play again. Mm-hmm. And he would record it.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, which I have a lot of those. And
did you ever see one of these?
No. Yes, one.
Okay.
Yeah. But he would record everything, and his estate is still digitizing everything. He has a vault where he has unreleased recordings, unreleased videos, unreleased albums, movies, and they're still going through it.
Right.
I bet.
And they seem very tight with it, which they should.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's very important stuff, actually, when you think about it.
And
especially when he's gone and has no say in it.
And I became known as the bootleg guy, which is not good, because I had a couple acquaintances, and we would share stuff because his stuff was circulated. He's one of those bootleg.
Well, let's start with that though, because like back in the day, how were you supposed to get music, especially like live music? I mean, there was no fucking other way besides bootlegs or
so his engineers. He trusted, I think, a little too much. And this is soundboard quality stuff, and it would get released. And we would all start to share them, and then word would get out who was doing it. I actually have a letter from his lawyer.
No shit.
Cease and desist. I said, okay.
Yeah, no problem. You got
we would all just pretty much share it.
All right, so that's all right. That's funny you say that because, with Two Dudes and Killer Tunes, obviously we go and take video of concerts, right, that we're at. My videos suck because I don't care if my videos are good or not. Because my whole thing is, I'll take 30 seconds of a song. I'm going to post it, my minute of a song, whatever. And it's to expose people to the music. Is the way I look at it, not to bring you to the show. So it's not quality. I don't care. I'm not going to impede anyone else's experience because I want to get a video. That's my whole point, right? And that was the way I always looked at like the Grateful Dead bootleggers, or now you that I find out are a Prince bootlegger. But that's what these people were doing, is just trying to expose people to it. It wasn't even.
Absolutely.
Some could have been a monetary aspect of it, but that was very rare if it was ever a monetary.
So a group I started.
If anything, it was probably more barter, especially in the
a group I started to hang out called the Detroit Crawl, where I met my ex-wife.
Okay.
I would bring to the parties CDs for music just to give out. I wouldn't, I got this here, and I just wanted to share the music.
Right.
I wish he did it a little more.
Right. Well, because that's what we did. You would go and you would copy someone's tape or CD or album or whatever.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
And that was the way to share it.
Absolutely.
And then the whole Napster thing happened, which I understand because it needed to be talked about. Well, how do the artists get compensated for all this shit? You can go into
absolutely. I understand that. And there's rumors that Prince owned the bootleg studios that were
right. So that was what I was going to. Is like, so once I started doing this and doing the videos and that, and I've had people, of course you get everyone giving you any sort of advice, which some of it's great, some of you take, some of you don't, whatever. But they're like, your videos are awesome. I'm like, my videos suck. But then I realized once I got readers, my videos are actually pretty decent. They're not that bad. But like, your audio kind of sucks. I'm like, well, I know. It's like a shitty fucking phone, dude. I'm sitting there enjoying the show. It's not like I'm,
Yeah.
He's like, well, if you actually talk to the sound guy, they'll patch you right into the board and everything. I'm like, dude, I don't need any of that. That almost sounds like what you're talking about. It's like someone knew maybe the guy on the board that was like, gave him a little something.
Sure, because I think Prince operated where he had friends and family. He trusted them.
Right.
I think some people probably got greedy. Like, you're gonna give me $1,000 for that? Sure, here.
Yeah, you give me $1,000, I'll give you access. Some of it too could just be, they're buddies, and they love being able to share it too.
Sure.
Because I look at it as that guy, that sound guy, like you said, if it's like Prince's buddy and that, like, how am I here in life? You know what I mean? And then if you're able to like just even give the guy like a little nugget out of your soundboard, or like, how could you not do that? That's the way I look at life.
Absolutely.
Like, here's a little nugget. Yeah. Now you can go have that story to your friends, just like I do, because why am I here?
I know. I think the coolest part of the week I was there is the one night he took us all to the movies. He rented out 4 theaters at the local, and there was theme nights. We were all wearing pajamas, and I think it was.
Wait, I have to interrupt. So, like, when in this week, I mean, did you see like him just performing for like
every night, seven nights in a row,
and he just performed?
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And it was,
how many people were here?
I think 1,300 to 1,500.
No shit.
Yeah, it's the size.
I mean, that's a great
It's
size.
the size of like Churchill. I
Okay,
would think.
no, but it
so there
could
was
be
there was 4 recording studios in the facility. Where,
So, but you're in smaller than a film.
and then we're in like a gymnasium kind of a thing.
Wow.
And we all stood up for most of the nights. I think there was a couple nights where we could sit.
And then you just all went in your own place.
And then there was an opening act, and how the style that artist, the style,
This is crazy to me.
the style that artist played, he followed.
Really?
So there was like a really funk type music, and he came out and
Super
funked it up
funky.
even more.
No shit.
Yeah. And then there was like a I think Nora Jones opened one night,
Oh, wow.
and
That's
then
awesome.
and then he did an acoustic set. First time he ever did an acoustic set, which was amazing. Which I have on bootleg, by the way.
I love that.
I'll purchase that for like $5.
God damn it. You must have been like you must have been like a fucking king, because I remember back in the day, like, if you could get a bootleg, like anything, you're like, oh my God, TJ's got a bootleg. Fucking
We were all frisked. I don't know who, that's why I was like, is he in charge of this?
Right.
Because we were all patted down, and I'm like, did somebody really
Well,
go that deep into getting recorded?
All right, well, you know what?
Oh,
Fuck
my
it.
Lord.
This is so many years ago. I'm going to go into some details, because you say about being frisked, and how could anyone possibly, right? So there was a time back in the year 2000 where the world was going to come to a fucking end, right? And that year, I remember when, 99 and the 2000,
yeah.
we're watching in the morning.
Doomsday.
Right, but Australia was fine. Japan was fine, and you're watching those places. So we got in the car and went to Chicago, because we were going to bring in the new year in Chicago. And we're like, fuck, if those places are fine, we'll be fine. And it's a huge year. And then in February, me and Neil went to Mardi Gras.
Nice.
Again, year 2000, it's ending. If it does end, we're going out with a bang. And then in May, we actually were part of this group that rented an RV to go to the Kentucky Derby.
Nice.
So it's Chicago New Year's, Mardi Gras, Kentucky Derby, right? Well, we're going to focus on the Mardi Gras part because of what we just brought up.
He wants to talk about being frisked.
Yes.
Did you enjoy it?
No, I did not.
Was it a
I
man?
did not at all. But
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
But part of what you do, TJ, at Mardi Gras is you may flash your boobs. Or
Been there. I've been there.
Right. Or you may show your butt cheeks or whatever to get some beads. Well, I showed some lady my butt cheeks to get this awesome set of beads, and as I'm catching them, a police officer pretty much fucking tackles me for showing my ass.
We heard about you.
Right? Me and actually someone we were with get paraded through the streets, zip tied like we're fucking criminals.
Yep.
Everyone looking at us like, thrown in a paddy wagon, taken to the fucking jail.
Parish. What was it? Parish called?
Actually, it was.
Did you get beads?
I did get the beads.
Nice. Worth it?
And I did have the ones that I kept from it. But no, it was actually, I had the orange jumpsuit that said OPP inmate on the back, which was Orleans Parish Precinct, because they have parishes.
That sounds like a profile pic to me.
But it sounded way worse when you fucking think about it in your head with music, right? Fucking nightmare.
Street cred.
So, but then they line us up, and I'm in this thing. And remind you, I showed my butt cheeks at Mardi Gras
Again.
on Bourbon Street. Like, literally, people are naked fucking on Bourbon
Oh
Street.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they decided my ass was fucking enough to take me in. So
Very offensive.
me and our buddy who got, corralled at the same time, we go in. I actually call Paul. I lived with Paul at the time, my brother. You know Paul. And I'm like, hey, I just got arrested in New Orleans. I need you to Western Union $500. So then, at this point in time, the only Western Union open anywhere is like in the heart of like downtown Detroit, like the worst fucking area. So they go down there and like they manage.
What jail?
Right, work it all out. But by this time, I mean, our buddy had his wallet stolen day one of Mardi Gras.
Oh no!
Which ended up being a blessing because they couldn't figure out who the fuck he was. Well, for me, they're processing me. I'm in this fucking holding area with 20 other dudes. They give me 2 bologna sandwiches, a fucking toothbrush, toothpaste, and all the fucking fixins for a long-term stay. And this guy looks at me and goes, "What are you in here for?" I go, "I showed my butt cheeks. What about you?" He's like, "Well, cops are chasing me. I had, a bunch of heroin on me, and I had this prior fucking thing." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Well, while this is going on, this goes back to the frisking part, because 20 of us before that time were in this room, buck naked, side by side, and they're checking you out, top to bottom, to make sure you ain't got shit. And I'm in there, like I said, for butt cheeks. This guy's in for heroin. Some other guy can hear him talking about how he's on like a murder charge, but of course he didn't fucking do it.
Of course.
All of a sudden I catch the faint whiff of marijuana. And I look over at this gentleman, and he's got a roach and a match. And he's lighting this.
Uh-huh.
This is after we were all buck naked.
Frisked.
And frisked and checked.
Puff, puff, pass.
He goes, anyone want to hit this? The first thought in my mind is, first of all, I'm in fucking jail. The last thing I need to do is hit a joint. Second of all, where the fuck were you hiding that, you fucking sick bastard? So long story short, all that happens. I get in the jail. In the cell.
Advice, next time, tell people attempted murder.
Yes. Yes. Then my cellie just looks at me and goes, "I guess there ain't nothing I can do about it now." Passes out within 3 seconds.
Showing your butt probably isn't a good thing in the jail.
Not a good thing in there, right? Sure. But within about 15 minutes, like, "Hey, Cal, blah, blah, blah." And my cell open. I run fucking down. Door opens. I look up, and there's my buddy. He looks at me and goes, "Where the fuck you been?" I go, "I've been in a fucking jail cell. Where the fuck you been?" He's like, "I never left this little area right here because they didn't know who I was because he didn't have an ID. And by the time they did know who he was, our money showed up and that's all they fucking cared about." Fast forward, like literally 2 years later, I get this letter in the mail about this class action lawsuit. New Orleans Parish. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Illegal strip search and seizure. So I'm like, well, I'm any class action, of course you fill it out. Long story short, like fucking another year later, I got $1,100 goddamn dollars in the mail. $500 for showing the ass, $1,100 because of it. I made $600 on my ass. Funniest thing is, my buddy who never had to go through, never took a piece of article of clothing off, he also got $1,100.
Yeah, he got it too.
Oh, shit.
So when you're talking about the frisking going in, there's amazing what people can fucking get in. And I would only imagine where they kept the bootleg fucking and
Recording device.
recording devices. Especially in 2002. They weren't this big. It was like a fucking...
I know.
Here,
I know.
where's this thing? No, but that had to have been an amazing time to see him. Like you said, especially because if he wasn't super like out there at that time, so it's just like him.
We would be touring the facility, and all of a sudden he would pop out.
No shit.
Yeah,
So you would see him just a normal, just hanging out in the garden.
Yeah. Well,
Did you ever get a chance to see him like that? And talk
I
to him or
got
no?
okay. This is a notorious story with my prince. I got to pat him on the back.
Nice.
He came out at one of the shows from the back, and then they they had to separate, and I happened to be there. And he's walking down. I'm like, when am I ever going to get a chance to pat Prince on the back? Which would be the only time I got to. Everybody was like so scared of him. And I patted him on his back. And everybody looked at me like I was nuts. I'm like, what? Yeah, so that's the only time. And then there was a, and it's in the little thing I gave you there. During the day, there was the workshop, and me and my buddy John were in the back, just leaning up against the wall. And when my buddy kind of goes like this, and he went like that, and then Prince is standing next to him against the wall with his wife at that time, and I was like, "Holy shit, it's Prince!"
Right?
Because when you grow up like watching and like idolizing a little bit, and then the guy's right there.
Right. Next to you, he has got to be a tiny.
He's a small man.
Yeah,
he's small.
I was gonna say
5'2".
Yeah,
That's crazy.
But he had a presence about him. He was
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and like Jamie Foxx said, don't look directly in his eyes. You will go gay directly in his eyes. Yeah,
you will go gay.
yeah.
So
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Absolutely not.
But yeah, attractive man, very large. He actually had a little larger head.
I feel like he was if you had to say if there was a real live version of an NBA Jam big head guy, it was probably him.
Probably.
It probably was it.
Probably. Yeah. But he was really good to his fans.
That's awesome that he would do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't even believe
Right.
that.
And then you said it was like $250.
$250 for
That's it.
7
Days.
straight days of
and
concerts.
and 7 shows.
And then
right?
he took us to the movies. Yeah.
So what movie was it?
Minority Report with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Okay.
A long movie. Because we
Which
went,
is
I think it was 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, no shit. It's about a 2.5 hour movie or something.
Yeah, it was
if I
long.
remember right, yeah.
But who cares?
No, it doesn't matter.
Prince
It's
took
just
us to the
insane.
movie, said we could get whatever we wanted. And he was in the movie theater with us, with Sheila E. and Larry Graham. Larry Graham is
Sheila E.,
Drake's.
no shit.
Larry Graham is Drake's uncle, and Larry Graham played with Sly and the Family Stone, who's a bass player. And that was Prince's
heard of that
mentor, who took him on the Jehovah's Witness stuff that he got into.
Trail or whatever. So wait, who was it that was Drake's uncle?
Larry Graham.
Larry Graham. And he was in Sly and the Family Stone.
Okay, he was in Sly, who just passed not too long ago. Which is crazy because he was one of those guys where I didn't even know if he was alive or dead anymore.
Yeah,
You know what I
Prince
mean?
was very heavily influenced by Sly and the Family Stone.
I can feel that when
Yeah.
you look back
Yeah.
and actually,
Yeah.
like, if you listen to that stuff,
Yeah.
for sure.
So a good story I don't think most Prince people know about. I'll get off the...
I'm not worried. I love hearing
No,
about
no.
this Prince stuff because
I
I
would
was
say-
a huge fan, and I remember that was the one thing I remember when me and you were talking early on. Was like, I heard about this Paisley Park experience, and I'm like,
He did it for 4 years, and I tried to get my sisters to go. Oh, we'll go next year. He never did it again.
you know what? The one that got away.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about.
It's like
here.
it's only $250.
It's $250. I mean, like, you shit that away so many times throughout your life. But talk about an experience of like to have one of literally not just a top like performer or whatever from our
legendary.
generation growing up, but literally a generational legendary, putting into the, especially now that he's gone, into the conversation of some of the best.
And one night he said,
Nothing compares to you by Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, yeah.
It's, like
Manic Monday
right.
by the Bengals? That was him.
Just
I Feel For You by Shaka Khan. That was Prince.
All right, see, this is what I love because I just kind of got on this kick a little bit. Like, you have no idea, like, who wrote some of these fucking songs. And what was the one you said by Shaka?
I Feel For You.
I Feel For You. And the reason I bring this up is because it was Iggy Pop and David Bowie that Lust for Life and I think it was Passenger.
I think David Bowie and Prince are very...
Well, David Bowie wrote those songs for Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize that. I think it was Mike Kuhn said, well, then yes, Iggy Pop wrote some, and I forget, I won't even mention it now because I won't remember it, but Iggy Pop wrote some song for David Bowie that he turned into like this massive hit. It's almost like they had this like little thing going or something, you know? But the songwriting for Prince is something that never really, it does, but I don't think it gets talked about enough, like how important.
He wrote his life.
Right.
If you start with album 1 and you go through everything, you can see him being very sexual at the beginning, which was my favorite part, actually.
Right.
And then he was always very spiritual, but he became, his later stuff is much more spiritual. He was a very man of God, and you could notice in his later works. Although he still stayed really funky.
Right.
And
I'll say, but I would have never known that.
No.
Like, that wasn't something that he wore on his sleeve, it seemed like, but it maybe came through in his art that would have been over my head at that
Sure.
point in time. You know
Mine
what I mean?
too.
Sure, 100%.
Sure. Yeah. The story I was going with, in the late 80s, he recorded an album called the Black Album.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that album?
I've never heard of it.
It's the most bootlegged album of
I'm
Prince.
guessing TJ has it then.
Oh,
Since he's
absolutely.
Mr.
Absolutely.
He recorded that. It was for Sheila E.'s birthday party. He made it in I think an hour.
Right.
And it had some, risque lyrics in it. And he had some sort of epiphany or so. I don't want this to, if I die tonight, I don't want this to be my last album. Which is, think of that what you want. So he recorded, there was thousands of copies of that ready to go. He tried to destroy them, and that's where some of them got out.
Okay.
So he recorded the Love Sexy album, which is a lot more spiritual and positive, and he wanted that to go out instead. But, of course, the Black album got out. So, I think 5 years later, Warner Brothers finally released a copy of the Black album. And it's not,
Like, can you find that on Spotify and stuff, or
I don't think so.
no?
It's not what? Out there?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not really in circulation.
Not at all.
It's very
Not at
rare.
all.
Huh.
It's a funky album.
That's crazy. But you do have a copy of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me? I have
So
everything.
you've mentioned Sheila
I
a
have
couple.
everything.
I know, that's awesome. I love it. I do love hearing about that because I am a huge fan of some bands, but this is you are a super fan. Like you're at that.
Oh, absolutely, and I like all kinds of music.
No, I know.
I like all
and that's
kinds
what we've talked about.
But this is
I
he
love
was my
Prince,
main
it's
guy I
almost-
followed.
Right.
Yeah.
He was fun to follow.
Right.
I bet.
So that's something we always talk about here is our Forever Five and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So if you had 5 bands, artists, you had on
Queen, Eagles.
Wow, you're fucking right out of the gate.
Love.
it.
I love fucking Queen.
I do love Queen Eagle.
Queen is too
too.
much. Queen is way too much. I love him.
Obviously Prince. I mean,
Prince,
You can't.
Billy Joel, Elton John,
Nice.
Chicago. I could just
No, that's great. And
Stevie
actually, I already
Wonder,
wrote down
Earth, Wind and
Chicago,
Fire.
I believe. And Elton John, man.
I got to see him a couple years ago. It was
Did
an
you?
amazing concert.
Not the only time you've ever seen him. Do you remember what your first concert was?
Prince.
Prince
Purple
was.
Rain.
Prince was your first one.
Purple Rain, Joe Louis, Serena.
Joe Louis.
And it was the Purple Rain. It was the first concert of the tour. He opened in Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Because Detroit is his largest
knew
market.
that,
It was his
yeah.
largest market. It's Detroit.
You know what?
Because he called it his second home.
And that's funny because
What year was that?
84.
It would have been 84. I mean, it was released in 84.
So,
probably right
do you
inside.
remember the Electrifying Mojo?
Yes.
And so,
Yeah.
so he would call. So Electrifying Mojo and him were. He would call, and he actually released, I think, a 14-minute version of Computer Blue, which is on the Purple Rain album, and he liked the Electrifying Mojo because he would play different types of music,
Right.
not just one genre, because Prince liked everything, and he'd always encourage his fans to, step out of your comfort.
Would he also play deeper tracks, because that's the other thing too is you would always.
He
just hear the
released
same
a
shit.
jazz album and was nominated for a Grammy. It was instrumental.
So
It's called News.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all. With someone like him. I feel like anything musically he could just touch and do amazing with it.
Sure.
You know, I mean,
So
we
you
talked
have,
about like 27 instruments on one album. And we talk about the way he plays guitar on My Guitar Gently Weeps and that Hall of Fame thing for George Harrison. Which that was where, I guess you really, for me, I didn't understand how good he was at guitar, even though you saw him perform all these songs.
oh, he's one of the best. One of the best.
You know what I mean? Like he was just doing it while he was singing, but you just never really like. But when he came out and did that solo, and it's like fucking minutes long and just fucking killer. It was like, holy shit!
then
It
strutted
really
right
made
off.
you
And then
realize.
strutted.
And then if you go back and actually
Strut
look
his
at
little
it,
happy ass.
just take this fucking thing. I'm gonna throw that over there because fuck you, who the Rolling Stone or whatever.
Yeah.
He
Right.
said that was right before they
Yeah.
didn't have him in the top 100 guitarists or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took that personal.
No, absolutely. And I was saying, and like you said, like this little 5'2" guy comes out and is just wailing on that fucking guitar like that.
Yeah.
You know, and such a classic song. I always felt George Harrison was the best Beatle.
He wrote some of their best songs.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite Beatles songs is Something.
He was the best musician.
Something is one of my favorite
And
songs.
best musician.
Yeah.
Let's actually call it what it is.
Yep.
I mean, McCartney was the fucking bass player. Ringo sucks. He wasn't even the original drummer. Lennon was
Deal with the devil, Ringo.
Lennon was a rhythm
Right.
guy, but fucking Harrison was the guy that took it to a whole different fucking level, and his lyrics were top notch. Without
Yep.
a doubt. He was the Beatles.
Beatles.
Fuck it. Fuck Harrison. I mean, fuck Lennon. Fuck McCartney and Ringo. Whatever. We are going to see him in Bourbon and Beyond, though, without a doubt. He'll be the only
The Beatle.
He's the only Beatle I'll ever see live. I'm never going to see
No,
Paul. I mean, would I?
we mentioned Ringo.
I
Ringo
don't
was a
see-
good musician.
I don't see Paul touring again, is what I don't see. Because would I go see him? Absolutely. I think I need to. But if I have a chance, it's Ringo, so fuck it, it's Ringo.
Oh, you
you know,
gotta
it's a
take what you
Beatle.
can.
Take what you can get, right? I would have taken whoever the fucking original drummer was at this point.
That poor guy.
So, that poor guy.
Bad life
bastard.
choice. We've all been there.
So, but right before we met here today, a couple days ago, was Ozzy's last
Yeah.
show ever, right?
Yep.
Did you pay attention to that at all? Because there was a ton of huge acts that performed and were
Yeah.
part of it.
I saw he met Axl Rose.
Yep.
The first time. Yeah, I did. I like Ozzy.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It's a shame to see where he's at in life, but fuck, he's like 80, right? I mean, that's
Sure.
what happens to old
Well,
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And I
We
did
should all wish we had half as good as life as Ozzy's had.
Right, no matter how fucking dark and shit it's been throughout the times, but overall, absolutely. But you know what? I did see a video of the isolated lyrics of I'm Coming Home or whatever, you know? Which, of course, was sad to hear him sing it. But it was also kind of cool because, like, he was still on the same melody. He's still, like, everything about it, he was on top of it, but just, he's not the same. I mean,
Right.
poor bastard. But
It didn't sound that bad, though.
no, it didn't. And I think, like, the live part, like I'm saying, this
Yeah,
was the isolated
it does,
version,
yeah.
but, like, he still hit all those words. He
Raw
still
stuff
hit the
is good.
melodies.
Like Johnny Cash had some at the end
Yeah.
there. Or it's raw. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? It was.
Sure. He
he's
looks a little
still
rough.
there.
He
He's
looks
still
rough.
there,
And
but
you know what he's been through.
The
with
beauty
his
of it was that whole day, everyone filled in around him. They fucking supported him. He was such a huge part of not only rock and roll, but like heavy metal, and then getting into like even all those obscure other shit on top.
Fifth, sixth grade, everybody was playing
Black Sabbath. I mean, Jesus Christ, it was like amazing. You know, it was awesome. 100%.
Love it.
Yeah. So this is awesome that you've
Big-
been here today.
But big fan of Queen, right?
Oh, I
Big
love
fan.
Queen.
Yeah,
Freddie
go.
Mercury's
They're too
awesome.
fucking good. I already said
100%.
that, but
And
what's your favorite album of Queen?
Was it Night at the Opera?
Night at the Opera?
Yeah.
see, I don't even know what the fuck is on there.
I-
The opera.
I don't even know the names of the
Well,
albums, but I could.
I credit my oldest
Listen to every Queen
sister,
song.
Jamie, who was a huge influence on my musical taste.
Mhm.
Paul was mine.
Yeah. And Freddie what a voice, what a performer.
What a movie that was, too.
That guy did an amazing job.
Too much.
Sure.
Yeah, no, and there's so many like songs where you could literally go from "Oh my God, I hate Queen" to "Oh my God, they're the best thing ever." You know what I mean? Like, so many of their songs are all over the place throughout all those years.
Sure, and
I found myself like
one of the best guitarists
like Radio
ever.
Gaga, right?
Oh yeah,
Sounds like some
Radio
Gaga,
Gaga, Radio
or whatever.
Gaga. And Brian May is one of the best guitarists. He's an
awesome.
amazing guitar player.
He's awesome. And I will say, it's kind of cool to see the original members playing with Adam Lambert or whatever.
Sure,
Getting
perfect.
all that old, at least the music out there, right? And if you have a lead singer who at least does it justice, which I hate to say it, I think Alice in Chains does a good job with it, where obviously Wayne Staley's amazing.
And I like George Michael. George Michael's another one I like.
George Michael's amazing. We talked about George
We've talked
Michael
about him
recently.
Yeah,
That
he
guy's
was
super talented.
super talented, absolutely amazing voice. Fucking Wham! I mean, that's where we all fucking remember him from,
Yeah.
right? I mean, and like, could we like Wham back then, right? I don't wear neon, but we sang it for sure, right? And then like those other songs come out. Holy shit, this guy's.
What do you
fucking
like?
Awesome.
I like Prince and Wham.
Oh, do you also like Steve in fucking biology, TJ?
Believe me, my last name was Flowers, so
Right.
it was already rough.
Right. No, but it's funny you say that because, like, I think sometimes you almost listen to shit like, you know, like by yourself, like
Sure.
without or we call it like our guilty pleasure.
I
or
never
whatever,
cared.
right?
If people didn't like it, then
But you know what? That's how I've always been too. Fuck it, I just really like it.
yeah.
And you know, you've always been, and we've all been the same way. Like, hopefully, but there's definitely people out there that will never let you know that they might be like the biggest Taylor Swift fan in the world or ever because they're worried about what someone might
Love
say
her.
about them. I think she's
Right.
a great
I
fucking
don't mind her at
talent.
all.
Absolutely.
Dua Lipa, love her.
Absolutely. I would go to see them in concert. That's the beauty of it too. Is like, if you enjoy any of the songs you hear on the radio
Sure.
or whatever you're listening to
Absolutely.
Spotify, go see them fucking live because it's gonna be an even better experience.
So who are we going to go see?
What do you got anything coming up?
No.
No shows?
No shows at all. So, obviously these shows will already happen, but you got Primus coming up next week.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm going to see actually on the 19th of July, and I'm going by myself, and I think it's row AA, so it's about row 27 in the pavilion at Pine Knob.
Nice.
Kesha.
Nice. I like her.
Third time I'm seeing her.
Damn right. She snuck into Prince's house.
Did she?
Yes.
That's awesome. Dude,
Before she got big, she snuck into Prince's house.
No, well, before
really?
she got huge, I saw her as an opener for Rihanna at Pine Knob. I mean, Rihanna was huge at that time, so I'm like, absolutely, I'll go see her, you know. And then like, Kesha's over.
I hope she performs Timber.
Oh, she will for sure. And then I saw her at Lollapalooza last summer in August, and we just hit our very first video ever that hit 10,000 views on YouTube.
Nice.
It was Kesha. TikTok,
Of course.
Kesha.
and now it's almost at 11,000. But
Nice.
people fucking love her, and you know what? She's always been herself from fucking day one.
That's what people like.
Right, that's what people like. And I will say, and whatever, but she was the first one that was wronged by someone in the industry. She fucking called it out.
Yeah.
But you know what? She took a ton of shit for that because she was before everyone else, you know, before it was cool. But she was only one of the first ones that said, this is shit's fucked up.
Sure. Male dominated.
Right.
And then she stood up to
She
it.
did it. She stood up
Fuck
to
off.
it. And you know what? She's also continued to thrive in that same
Yep.
industry that also, like, fucking did that to her, which is super
Tried to
Sure.
bring her down.
You
I
know,
love Keisha.
she is.
When are we going? What is this?
July 19th, dude.
It's just,
It's a week from today.
Oh, shit.
And so,
Yeah.
one, get a fucking lawn ticket. We'll just go together. But I got a kick-ass seat in the pavilion. But I also thought about, I mean, it'll be live. But I was thinking, like, with Dave Matthews Band, I was right on the aisle.
Nice.
So I'm like, Neil, you're in the lawn. I could literally, like, eventually get rapport with the people checking your phone to make sure where you belong. I could give you my phone, you could show them, and you could get right fucking down there. We might be able to work something out, but if you want to go see Kesha, absolutely. If nothing else, we'll hang out beforehand
This is
and
that
we'll drive
Churchill
home together after.
education. This is that Churchill education.
Absolutely.
We know how to roll.
Well, right, because like I said, you got 45 fucking minutes to
We
get there.
may not be able to
We
be
might be able to
Stevenson,
enjoy
but we
the
can
show
be up front in the
separately,
concert.
but then we'll drive separate together. We'll drive together home or whatever. But yeah, it'll be fucking awesome. We should try to make it work it out.
Speaking of,
Two dudes are completely comfortable in the masculinity going to see Kesha on a mandate.
Absolutely.
Speaking of, I know we touched a little bit on the soccer, but we went right into Prince.
Yeah.
But you mentioned Churchill. We could never beat Stevenson.
Right.
I guess what I'm getting at is talk about that, your soccer experience. I know we touched on it just a touch, but we went right in there. But you were 71.
Yeah, 71 Vardar. I was in the first Vardar 71 team. Right after they were, I think they were West Side kids. I think they were.
They're the West Side boys.
So yeah,
West Side boys.
So let's
talk about
I
this.
started in Westland.
Wait,
in
hold
Westland.
on.
That's right.
So I want to clarify that. And I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You mentioned West Side boys. 'Cause if you talk to the 72 Vardar guys, they started Vardar as the West Side boys.
There was a mix.
So
There was like Williford was also on that team,
Okay.
and there was a mix of 71, 72.
And then but we'll call it, if the 72s actually started, the 71s were an offshoot right there with them at the same time.
Sure, they couldn't beat us, but sure.
Until that mattered.
Whatever, Cal.
Whatever, Cal.
I don't remember
That's
that.
all they ever fucking. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that's all they ever fucking talk
I
about.
remember playing with 10 people.
Is this
That's fine.
miraculous
No, it's a
shootout that
shootout.
happened and they
That's
played
sure.
up? You
That's
never
good, that's
hear
good.
about, yes,
No,
that
they were
played a
very
man
good.
up for 80
sure.
minutes.
They
No.
were. They were very talented.
No, and that was the
They
thing
were
is
very
like
talented. I have a
that
lot of
age
respect. I
group-
like them. They're very. I have a lot of respect.
100%. In that group, that age group, you guys, everyone, high school.
It was fun. I missed that.
They
It was
were
fun.
so close together that it didn't matter ages at that point.
Sure.
So yes, 72s could have beat 71 at a given time. But how did you lose to the young guys?
Hey, they were very talented.
Absolutely.
They were very talented. They were loaded.
But you guys were. You were literally like the first Vardar teams, and now that is like
What
fucking
happened?
insane.
So I was playing. My father was the president of the Westland Youth Soccer League,
Oh no shit. Okay.
and he started the first travel teams to compete with other, because we didn't have one,
Right.
and so I was on the Westland travel team, and then Mr. Harkins was the coach of the Livonia travel team.
John.
Yeah, John Hart, and then John
I
came.
played for John.
He recruited me to try out for Vardar, and then a young man named Billy Stoyanovich played for
Yes, yeah.
Dearborn Heights
A
travel
young-
team.
A young man named.
And he recruited Billy, who I was close with at that time. And then Jimmy was on the
Which
Livonia
was
team.
which is our kickers in the NFL. Everyone knows this.
Pete. Yeah, Pete was like, he came out and helped with the practices for Vardar.
Right.
So what's funny is right before I was asked to try out for Vardar, I went up to Tom Montroy, who was Livonia United.
Tom Montroy.
And I was like, when are your guys' tryouts? I would like to, it was, our team's full. So I went to Vardar and we kicked, United's ass for a year and a half.
Right.
And then,
You had some like the names of like Michigan soccer back in the day.
it was we were loaded.
Yeah, we were
I'm surprised we never won a state title.
72s.
We-
They'll tell you
Fuckers,
about it.
bastards.
Well, that shit sucked back then. You had like literally when you played for
Yeah.
sure. I can guarantee this for state cup it was only U14,
Oh, yeah.
U16, and U19.
Yeah.
So if you didn't fall perfectly in that time
Right.
frame,
Sure.
you had a very short window
That
to
was
actually
especially
be
prevalent
like
back
state
then.
champs
Sure.
to go to regional. It meant something back then.
In my life, I only lost 2 tournaments.
Right. right.
In my life. Yeah. We won.
That's
With Vardar
mentioned,
and Livonia
really
United,
good.
we won.
And then very good high school. Like that wasn't normal either. What we played in Churchill.
Yeah, we were loaded. Loaded. Very lucky. It makes things more fun.
Absolutely. And then Steven, right? Stevenson was the same.
So after a year and a half of Vardar, there was a little friction on there with the club. They wanted to go a certain way, and my family was going through some things. So there was Jimmy Harkins, Williford, me, I think Jay Bidet. That's a whole podcast. We all went to Livonia United, and we kind of made an all-star team, and then we kind of dominated the 71 Vardars at that time, and then us and the 72 Vardars became the rivalry,
Right.
which we had some really good games.
Because again, between U16 and U19, you were all the same age group.
Oh,
There
we
was-
had
it was just
Yeah.
Kyle
nuts.
Zidane. Here's my team:
Kyle,
Kyle
yeah.
Zidane, Lamar Peters, Brian Thiel, Steve McCall, Derek Williford, Mike Specatella, Mark Thomas. I think Ryan Okerstrom. We were loaded.
Mm-hmm.
We were
And that was the other thing.
The two best teams were like a mile apart.
And that was the other thing, was there was so few teams that these teams were just fucking like all-star
I
teams.
literally helped put in the goalpost at Whitman. Me, Dave Dingley's father. I think
We were
Sawicki
just
was
talking
there.
about Whitman.
Yeah.
I literally helped put the goalpost
We were literally
in the ground
just,
there.
We just
Love
talked
West
about
Chicago.
Yes, West Chicago. Fucking A, right?
Play there.
We just talked about Whitman on the Dave Matthews Van Tailgate episode with Chris Grodzicki. Like, we're like, if you've never heard of Whitman, either one, you weren't good enough to play for Vardar because that was your home field,
Right.
or you weren't shitty enough to play against them because you would have played against them on there too.
Oh yeah. I think it was a lot like Michigan versus Ohio State. Us
Yeah.
and Varner
Oh.
72. I remember we got in a bench cleaning brawl. And I remember me and Jim
These are your
Keeley,
boys, too.
me and Gio, I was covering him, and we just stood next to each other. I went, hey Gio, what's up? Because we weren't that good. We weren't we were laid back.
Right.
And I just remember,
not
I remember
right.
that time Johnny's like, smart! Because, it was, it
What are
served,
you idiots
it served
doing?
no,
Right.
we just stood next to each other.
And
Because me and Gio, our fathers worked together at Ford,
Right.
so we knew each other.
Well, not only that, all the players knew each other. They're like, what are
Sure.
you actually doing, guys?
Yeah,
You know,
it was
they
a
were-
So me and John just
But
sat
it was
there
a
watching
rivalry.
it,
I mean,
Which-
sometimes that shit happens.
and knowing both of you guys, nothing surprises me in that statement whatsoever, right?
Johnny's Gio's a cool guy.
You know, it's funny.
Cheers.
So we've mentioned the Harkins a couple of times, and we were
Oh,
talking
Harkins.
about a time where you remember watching me play at the Wolverine tournament, which was like the big Livonia
Oh, that was
tournament, right?
awesome. You want me to?
Oh, well, I know. What I remember from this moment was that we were in the finals of the Wolverine tournament, right?
Yeah.
And so usually you're at a soccer tournament, and all of the games are wrapping up. The older games are usually the last ones to finish. We were probably, 17, 19, whatever it was.
I remember as a
the
youngster
age group.
watching the older games. I
Right,
loved the Wolverine.
and
I
so there's
probably-
all these.
I remember that
I
too.
probably watched you,
Right,
TJ. as a
there's
youngster.
all these fucking people
I know, I
sitting
watched
around
this
your
guy.
game. We're in the final, and we're right in it. And I'm sitting there, and I always had a habit of adjusting my crotch, no matter what. It was just like a nervous tick almost.
Sure.
And plays going on, and I'm just doing whatever I normally do. I
Rearranging the
adjust myself.
furniture. Rearranging the
All of,
furniture.
a, right, all of a sudden, the fucking ref comes over, fucking hot, and gives me a fucking red card. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "You just grabbed your crotch at me." And I'm literally dumbfounded because, one, I would never just grab my crotch. Do I push the limit with the ref? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do I throw motherfuckers out there and everything else? Absolutely. But back then you could.
Yeah.
Now they're like really cracking
You know
up.
how many red cards I'd have today?
Right, but fuck
Yeah, no shit.
But anyway, and he's like, "You grabbed your crotch." I'm like, I didn't, but whatever. I mean, what can you do at that point? So then, yes, Rob Harkins comes
okay.
to goal.
You're okay. You
So
were
yes, at
doing your
this
stuff.
point,
Your
I did
mother.
myself, I'm walking out. Rob Harkins, I will say, is taking my gloves, and he's going to finish out the game at this point. No,
Yeah.
this is your.
Your mom goes, yeah. Cal, what the hell are you doing? Mom, you don't have balls. You don't understand. It's so funny the stuff I remember. I can't remember important things, but I remember that.
Oh,
Right, well, which is like, how could you not, right?
Cal, what are you doing?
And that was the thing, because I'm an anxious guy. I got nervous tics, so like, and you have gloves on, right? So you can do nothing. Like I'm notorious like picker or whatever, and like gloves. So I
Scratcher.
would just sit there and like fucking rearrange, scratch, whatever. And I got this fucking red card, and I like never had a red card ever in my life, and I'm like, I would never do that to the ref because that is disrespectful. I might call you a motherfucker for a bad call, but that's words, right?
I'm not gonna grab my ball.
Fuck you, bitch. Like, no, I don't do that. It was so weird that. So I was just like lost at first. I'm like, well, I guess fuck it. And then, but all these people are watching this happen. They think I'm just sitting here like some cocky dick.
I missed the Wolverine tournament.
I
was
I did too.
awesome.
But so then the fucking game goes into like overtime, goes into a shootout. I'm thrown out. Rob Harkins was our goalie for that. And I want to say he saved 2 fucking PKs. We ended up winning the shit. And to this day,
I hope those scratches were worth it.
other than the MCC tournament in college, that was the last fucking tournament I ever won in my fucking life.
Oh, those were the best.
But it's one of those things where you actually look back and it's like, I guess I did what I did, but you don't realize what you're doing. So you have to be more cognizant of the shit that you're throwing out.
I won the
there
Wolverine
too, right?
Twice.
Did
Once
you?
with Vardar, once with Livonia United.
Nice.
And we beat United when I was on Vardar. We beat United.
That's awesome. I think that was the only time I ever won the Wolverine. You know, and by that time it was kind of like losing its luster because remember all those fucking out-of-state teams would come. You'd have teams from Canada coming in for the like.
I remember
3-4
teams from
different fucking
Scotland
sites.
came one
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
year.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. But you know, Michigan was always a hotbed.
Still is.
It
There
still
was-
is. It still
There
is.
was one team, and me and Williford talked about this. There was one team we never beat, and it just irks us. Queen City, Arsenal, those fuckers. They,
Ohio?
yeah,
Queen City,
Cincinnati, I think.
Yeah.
And
Nasty.
They always
they had a
something.
national player, and
Ohio South was always stronger than Ohio.
they well, I never lost. Pacesetter was we never lost a Pacesetter, even on the Wolves.
Get the fuck out of here, Ohio.
So
North.
Queen City had a national player on their team, and we had fast guys on our team. This guy made us all look slow. We couldn't cover
Isn't
him.
it amazing when you like play someone against someone like that?
They're like, yeah, he's on the national team.
You
Yeah,
can
I
actually-
understand why.
You recognize it straight away. Like it's a
Because
totally
I got to
different
play
level.
against Alexei Lalas a couple times.
So did I.
That was fun. That was fun. And
was
Brian
a good player.
Masonoff. Brian Masonoff. Who's
Oh,
on the
Masonoff.
team.
Amazing, of course.
I
yeah.
played against
I actually played with him one year.
It's tough.
I was
to,
16.
It's tough to explain to my casual friends about the soccer league I played in.
Like the level.
I would
at.
agree, yeah.
Absolutely.
No,
you know, when
absolutely.
you're like, oh no, I actually played against and with people
played
that
soccer?
played in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, when I tell people I'm in the Hall of Fame at UAD, like for
I
what?
almost went there.
I'm like for soccer, for sports. I'm like, yeah, I'm with like Dick Vitale. I'm on the same wall as him. But I'm like, yeah, it's
Cal had the unfortunate of being at a high school that was goalie loaded.
right.
Yes, yes.
We were goalie you.
Yeah, I mean,
Kassar
was
Kassar.
right ahead of me, and obviously
Yeah.
we were both all Americans.
Nice
But
guy
even
too.
leading
Nice
into that,
guy.
even-
I remember going to watch him, and his brother was always so.
Oh, nice guy.
And I
Chris was
remember
the best
going
guy
to
ever.
Pizza Hut with his brother and
Yes.
his mom, and Kassar's
Yes.
mom.
Jeff,
Me and Jovan and
Jeff, and then his brother was Chris, and then Mom Linda, and then you and Jovan. And I was just gonna say Jovan was a goalie. And
Jovan was good.
a goddamn
Really
good
good.
goalie. And when Jeff
Absolutely.
first showed up, if you remember, when Jovan was a senior and Kassar was a sophomore, Jovan still played in like the serious games, and Jovan was a solid fucking goalie.
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever got credit for that. But
Absolutely.
There was a good history of goalies.
Well, he's
throughout.
getting credit for now.
And
He
his
is now
on
cousin,
two
his
dudes.
cousin Sam. You know
Right.
Sam?
Sam Matovsky.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
his cousin.
Yes. So, and I just learned that too, that he was the Churchill goalie leading.
Yep.
You know, I knew you played goal, but I didn't realize. So you had him, and then Jovan, then Kassar, then me, and there was this huge, for like,
Do you know I made Vardar as a backup goalie?
which is great too.
Brian
You know,
Durkin was the goalie.
fucking Durkin, he was the helmet guy.
He was- yeah.
He was your United
Yeah.
goalie.
Yeah, he went to United too.
And
Then
called him the
I made Vardar as a backup goalie, and then I think 2 games in with practices and stuff because they saw at the practices I was kind of fast and I was bigger. 'Cause I
Hey,
developed,
You're awesome in the back.
and
was perfect.
I became the sweeper for Vardar. I think Kurt Well was up in front of me, and that's the way it stayed. And then we went to United, and then I became still call it stopper.
I always call it a stopper.
I became the stopper, and Williford became the
defensive
sweeper.
mid.
Yes,
I covered
the center forward on the other
I
team.
know, and I still actually I think I'm one of the only ones that actually call myself a goalie. Like everyone's keeper now, but back in the day, I was always just the goalie.
Yeah,
and
the rules.
I'm just a goalie.
I am so happy I played. I'm so happy I played.
Guy doesn't really know the position. I play goalie.
That I could just pass it back to the goalie, and the goalie could pick it up.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
As a defender, that made it so easy.
So easy.
So, but in college, like when I ended, it was like the last thing you could do is like get the throw-in back was the only thing you could pick up anymore. Because I was actually pretty, for my time frame, I was very good with my feet. But like nowadays, I would have been fucking horrible with my feet. Horrible.
Well, that Titan fucking field.
Oh, Titan field too. Like that, all bets are
The
off
field
on
was
that
very
bitch,
bad at
dude.
University of Detroit. It was
So was
fucking
Schoolcraft.
clunky.
It was a we always had an advantage because other teams,
Yes.
Same here.
They'd come in,
Yeah,
and
they'd
they're
come
like,
in, they'd have their cleats, and we'd have turf shoes on. Oh, their shins are going to be wrecked by the end of this game.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, we called it the Titan Monster instead of Titan Field.
I mean, it
because
was
people
terrible.
would come and like one there was like a
terrible.
crown to each side. And then,
Yeah.
In my whole like
So
4
chunky
years, I
and
mean, I
monkey.
literally started every game, and unless I was hurt, I think I only lost like 5 games at fucking UD on campus because it was like the worst
no
thing
natural
ever.
bounce, so it hit a
Yeah.
fucking clump of dirt.
It was a parking lot that they tore out.
Yeah.
Not even put sod. They planted seed.
Yeah. it was
Oh,
so
no.
stupid.
Like the year before year one. And they're like, this isn't really the best, but fuck it.
Now it's field turf, which I don't.
I don't
like.
think
I'd
I
rather
do.
have. I'd rather
I would
play
rather
on natural
play
grass.
on what we were on.
I would rather play on the clumpy shit.
100%. Give
be
me
honest.
the fucking Titan Monster over that field turf.
I think the
any
better
day.
players prevail in the
I do
chunky
too.
monkey too.
I do
you know?
too. I mean, because no matter what, even on the perfect field, you're going to have an untrue bounce.
Hmm?
You're going to have that soft spot or something that makes you fucking have to react differently. When you have that the field turf or whatever, it's like everything's true and perfect. So, yeah.
I always like playing a little bit of rain too. You know, everybody didn't always get the skip. You know,
As a defender, I
playing
loved rain.
I love. Yeah.
Goal, I don't mind it either.
There you go. Yeah.
I loved
You're
it.
out-
Back then,
Was
Fucking
it because of the
goalie,
slide
imagine
tackle?
coming out
Back
as
then-
fast as you can and starting your slide and just
Yeah.
destroying someone.
Was that the
we
reason?
love the
'Cause
rain.
of
oh,
slide
I was a
tackle?
master at like the slide kick.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Love.
back then, you didn't have to wear shin guards. Isn't that amazing? We did not have to wear shin guards.
Right.
So as a defender,
Don't have to still.
Yeah.
I mean, you do, but you
I-
don't have to.
because I'm sure if I played forward, I'd probably wear them. But being the guy that put out
Puts
the damage,
fucking pain out.
I never wore them. It's a macho thing. I know.
That's
I
a
would
good
probably.
point, though.
No,
As a
listen,
defender, you probably
but
didn't have to.
It
wear
is
that.
like a badge of honor, right? I mean, as a fucking goalie, I mean, everyone always says, "Oh, goalies are insane," but you really do have those crazy things that are like a badge of fucking honor.
Oh, I
Right.
loved dishing out the
Absolutely.
punishment.
And like,
I was known for
you
it.
know what I love is like,
If you got by me, you paid.
absolutely.
If
You know what I love as a goalie? Pushing the limit to see exactly what I could get away with before getting a fucking penalty kick. And I will never forget at UAD, the worst case for a goalie is a 50-50 ball that's bouncing about like waist high, right?
Oh yeah.
Because how do you come out for that?
I have a good story.
I'll tell you what I did. I will tell you what I did about 8 yards out one time at UAD. I ran as fast as I could, and it took both feet and fucking drilled him straight into the dude's chest like a fucking WWE move. Dropped him like a fucking ton of bricks. Before I even got up, all I hear is Morris saying, "What the fuck is he doing?" The ref comes running over. Indirect free kick for high kick from 8 yards out, which now I'm like, well, shit, now the odds of this going in are like fucking like 0 because everyone just runs right away, you know what I mean? And they never call you for moving early, and now you're like 2 yards away by the time they shoot the shit. So, but yeah, I will never forget, like, the goalies can just get away with fucking murder.
they still can.
And they still can. I
Not
think
murder.
Not as much anymore. But back when I fucking played, literally, you could just pretty much murder someone,
Yep.
look over them, talk shit to them, and then that person would get a yellow card. You know,
I only got 2 yellow cards my whole career.
That's
Today, out red card city.
all over.
It's all different.
Well, you
'Cause
lived-
I
yellow
challenge
cards.
You lived
so
in
many
the time
people.
of the gentleman's foul. So
Sure.
they get by you, like you said, you fucking chop them, you get a yellow. But if you only got 2 yellows, that's pretty good. You never got beat too many times.
One was for mouthing off, and then the
I
other
was
one
always-
was for
mine
a
was-
chop. I chopped
Mine
the
was
guy down.
always the mouth.
Mine too.
So-
Mine too.
Mine too.
I got a bunch of
Absolutely.
yellows just for fucking chirping at the ref.
So there was a.
Before,
I was always
before there was a problem if you got too many fucking yellows. When did that become a thing? You could get a yellow a game. It was no fucking problem. You chirp, chirp, chirp.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I
you-
know it's so different now.
I know.
It's so different. It's even and same with basketball because I played basketball too.
Right?
It's so you were taught.
you can't do
You
that
were
much
taught.
anymore. Yes, you get the elbows up.
Now it's
Oh.
now
Get
it's,
them
it's
up.
yeah. I'm like, God, I'm so glad I didn't play today.
Right.
Oh,
It's
you would
even
be kicked out
soccer,
every
dude.
game if you
Even
did. If
soccer.
you do that.
I'm so happy I don't play. I mean, because variety of reasons, but seriously,
It's
back
amazing.
then,
I always tell people.
it was definitely more. I don't want to say loosey goosey, but it wasn't as fucking like.
Sure. I always tell people because I played up until I was 44 in adult leagues.
So you did.
Sure.
I was done after college.
Yeah. I took like 5 years off after
Okay.
college. I was burned
Oh,
out.
but you came back.
And then I got into like the best shape ever, and I was
Who'd you play for?
just. It was mostly indoor. I played for a Ford league with
Okay.
Harkins,
Okay.
and then indoor we played for a team called the
Like
Baggios.
Okay.
Which was a
but
fun
the
team.
walls, like
The Baggios, we would beat
indoor
20-year-old
walls,
teams. We would
everything.
beat 20-year-old. It was
yeah, isn't
awesome.
that the
Yes,
best?
They would show up all
Dude, that was
cocky.
the best.
They would show up all cocky,
And you guys would smoke them.
but
That was like showing up to a Christmas tournament, like 5 years removed, you know? And I show up here beating the shit out of everyone. I was like, where'd these guys come from?
but at the end of the day, we
always
were
been
just
your
wanting
best.
to play to keep in shape
Right.
and have fun. And these teams would be so.
Into it.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
I accomplish everything I want
Right.
to. I'm here to keep
Right.
in shape, have a little fun. So
Drink
it
a
got
beer
old
with the boys
afterwards.
Right.
Absolutely, it got old fast. It got old fast.
It does.
Yeah, and your body kind of breaks down.
Well, no,
Yeah, no
so
doubt.
for me, like being the goalie slash keeper, my life sucks as like if I was playing with Neil right now at over 48 or whatever, because the guys that are playing forward still want to score so fucking bad, like they can't get that shit out of their system.
Mm-hmm.
So like now I'm facing 40 shots a game. I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah, you.
And then even
Right.
for you,
You'd
like
rather
when
play
you're
in the
like
field,
a
wouldn't you?
defensive guy, like yeah, you love stopping people, but literally like the guy that still wants to score like that, do you really want to do that in your life right now?
Right.
No.
Right. What I liked
No.
about our team, because we were all experienced and we knew when to back off.
Right.
Because we're playing a team that's like a work team. They're
Right,
there
right.
just to have fun.
Just like you guys.
So
Yeah,
we
you
knew.
said you're the forward team, they're the
The
crisis team, we're
hardest
having
hit
fun.
I've ever taken was from a woman. This was co-ed. And she
After everything.
and I just looked at her, she goes, I'm just protecting myself. I went, okay. So
You hurt me.
But you beat the shit out of me.
yeah, it's just about having fun. And
100%. That's all it. And you mentioned it earlier. And that's the only thing I miss is like the
camaraderie.
Right, the camaraderie, the locker room, the going out before practice where you're just bullshitting, talking about what you've
Going
been
to
doing
practice,
today,
hearing
thinking
about
that.
what's going on in everybody's
Right,
life.
absolutely.
Going to tournaments,
After the
getting
game,
into trouble
maybe having,
because we got
after
into
the game having a beer,
Yeah.
not during the game. That shit sucks.
Well, that's happened.
But yeah, absolutely. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I miss that.
No, that,
And I miss
But-
running into even opponents because I got along with the
Oh.
Vardar guys. I
No,
have no problem with them.
well, that's what we had said. Like, you know, back in that time when we played, like, you knew all these other really good players from these other teams that were 10 minutes away, which seems like a million miles away. You know, where like nowadays, they'd be your friends. Like you'd be in touch with that guy.
Absolutely.
Like, oh yeah, we're gonna play you next week, motherfucker. We're gonna kick your ass. You know, whatever. But like back then, you would see them like 4 times a year.
My son played for 2 years And the second year, his coach was Mark Strayer, who played for He played for United, one United.
Yeah, I remember.
And he played for Stevenson.
Yeah. I
And
remember the name.
well, after one game, the hate does not go away. He goes, TJ, and he pulled up his shirt. He has Stevenson, and he went, he's like, we beat you.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, it never ends.
No, but that's serious.
It never ends. It wasn't
That's
fun.
it.
It wasn't
Nah.
fun.
It wasn't fun.
And
It wasn't
I was like,
tattoo, was it?
no, it was a
Okay,
good T-shirt.
I'm
Oh,
like,
fuck!
thank God, fucking
It ain't that
Like,
serious no more. now.
Stevenson.
At first,
Okay.
I'm thinking he's like got a tattoo. Like, fuck you, TJ. I'm like, holy shit! This dude's like
but once you said it was all
Hardcore
T-shirt. T-shirt, everyone.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fun games. No.
So even all these years later,
Absolutely.
gave it to me.
For sure.
And I loved it. I loved it.
No,
I was
and
like, motherfucker.
And that's
But
what
like
I,
you said, you never fucking lost anyway. You lost like a couple times.
best
You
part
know,
about
like-
this show ever is reconnecting with those people. Alan Plasick. I mean, me and him both goalies going head to head. Me at Detroit, him at Butler in college, and everything.
And you had Schamberger on here. That was good.
Yes,
He's a nice
yeah,
guy. He's a
yeah,
nice guy.
Schamberger
And I
was
knew he
on.
was going to be a good player because I think he was a freshman my senior year.
Yes, he was. So he graduated. Actually, he graduated in '91.
Yeah, he was on the varsity and when he was a
Yes.
freshman. We were. I was not allowed to try out for the varsity when I was a freshman.
Correct.
Me and Okerstrom.
So, and I was
Except Khaled was put on the varsity because he was on the national team.
correct. Yes.
But we weren't allowed to try out.
Dude, you know what the funniest
We
thing
weren't
is?
allowed to try out.
You know what
I
I-
was bigger than the whole fucking team.
You know what the funniest thing is? I remember that. I totally remember that. As a youth, I remember all the drama around that. I remember Kyle being able to bring
Not that I'm bitter.
Not that you're bitter, but you know what? But it does
35, 40 years
point back to, like, you deserve to fucking have just as much opportunity as possible as everyone else, but back then it was very structured, and then all of a sudden someone comes in and just breaks it all apart, which actually, thank God, because then other people could come in as a freshman and be on the team and
Sure.
actually make an impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because before then, it was always like, oh no, if you're a freshman, you can't be on varsity. Well, why the fuck not? You know what I mean? Like when you look at soccer, it's the one game where people can insert themselves at about 14.
I wasn't happy.
Right? No, I don't blame you, dude. Just like I wasn't. I mean, let's be honest, right? Me coming in as a freshman, and of course you have Kassar and Jovan, but I'm also like, I would put myself on the same par as either one of them. He's been as a freshman.
Damn right.
But then you have to also look at it, like this is the ego part of it. Yeah, I'm just as good as either one of them. I'll say I was until the day I die. But it made more sense to put me on the JV team where I'm going to get that experience of high school soccer. Right? I had club soccer, I had rec soccer, and whatever, but high school is different. It is. Now you're
Our coach,
because the
Mr.
schedule,
Neff.
think about it. You go to school every day, and then you got to practice every day.
Mr.
You got
Neff,
to do all this.
who was
But I'm going to let you go in a second. But my freshman year, my goddamn coach, you know what he said to me? Your talents are being wasted in the goal. So for the majority of my freshman year at Churchill, I played forward instead of goalie. The position that at Churchill 3 years later I was an All-American at. So sometimes you don't have the best coaching either.
segue.
But then I look at it as like some way, shape, or form it probably helped my game
Sure,
at some point.
Whatever.
Because whatever. But segue, of
Our
course.
coach, Mr. Neff, was
Neff,
our coach,
yes.
who was a nice man.
Nice man.
Very
horrible-
nice man. But
horrible-
it was a generation. It was like,
I will say it. Horrible fucking coach at that point in
sure,
time.
he was
because-
the generation of he coached his kids.
Yes.
YMCA, go kick it that
100%.
way, because soccer in the United States was so 70. I say 71, maybe a border of where we took it to a different
Yes,
direction,
100%. I agree.
and subbing 11 people at a time.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys fucking loved us.
So
that guy loved
our
Neff loved the
state.
sub.
Our state playoff game against Stevenson, I remember Stevenson scored in a fluky goal. So they were up, I think 1-0 or 2-1. We got a corner kick. He takes me out. I'm the tallest guy out there. I remember Nick O'Shea in the stands going, "What the fuck are you doing? You're taking out your tallest guy." And I finished my career on the bench. And I was I was pissed.
I wouldn't have went off.
Not that I'm bitter.
No, but it's funny
That would've
because
went
so the year
Fuck
after you was Paul's last year, right?
Yeah.
And I mean that team was fucking insane. So they go and play.
And
Steve-
Colin got injured a week before that game. Colin, who was an All-American
Right.
and was,
and that game against Stevenson was district finals. It happened to be their homecoming night of senior year as well.
I remember that. I was there.
Yes, and Churchill went up 2-0.
I was there.
If you remember.
Yeah, and then-
Do you remember who scored both goals?
Was it Brady?
It was Brady
Yeah,
Erickson.
Brady.
And then
Great
after-
player. Brady was
Amazing player.
I played with Brady
He-
late in
Yeah,
his, you know,
and he was a
men's league.
72
So
Varda
good.
guy.
So
good
72
guy.
Varda
Good
guy. He came from California, like later in life. You know, not later in life, but like in high school. When I say later in life, like soccer age, later in life. But in high school, yeah, scored both goals. He played up top the entire fucking year at Churchill and just dominated.
Yeah, no surprise.
Scores both goals. They go up 2-0, and then they pull Brady back to sweeper.
Uh-oh. Yeah, the
Took
old
Scott Lamphere, sophomore, who was amazing,
great player, yeah.
who won a college national title at
Wisconsin.
Who playing
Recruited Livonia area big time.
sweeper but mind you, like the last defensive position, won it, pulled him out. Not putting him up front in Brady's place, but sat Scott Lamphere on the fucking bench.
Prevent defense.
Prevent defense, 100%. And Brady's a great player. He was a great defensive player. Up until that year, I believe he played defense his whole fucking life. But that year, he was literally like the leading scorer in all of high school soccer at Churchill, the #1 team, undefeated.
Could attack.
All this bullshit. Stevenson ties it 2-2. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And it goes to fucking shootout, of all things.
Yep.
Kassar against Jerry Smolinski. So you had Kassar,
Jerry.
who was over.
Jerry was our goalie at United, too.
Jerry was so fucking good,
He was
dude.
yeah.
In fact, I will never forget going through all that ODP training and that. Jerry Smolinski was like the one goalie I looked up to.
Yeah.
Because he also played with Paul for like years. I remember watching him for years, and like the way that he played goal was the way
He
I
was
played
just a
goal.
good keeper.
He wasn't the most athletic
Good
guy
goalie.
ever, but it was the angles, it was the understanding of the game, it was the communicating to your defense. That was my strong suit. I was never an athlete. But you know what? I could make that upper 90 save because I knew where I needed to be on the field at
Right.
that point in time.
Beforehand.
I wasn't making up for my bad positioning by diving because I wasn't that athlete. I was making up for my inability to dive
Right.
by my positioning.
Sure.
And Jerry Smolinski is one of those guys very early on that I looked at like that because he wasn't that flyer.
Right.
Like all those goalies that would fly, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, well, that's a routine save, bro. If you just move over and catch it,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Jerry was that guy, and I fucking love that about him. And I remember Paul playing with him and then also against him, and seeing the blessing of playing with him and the curse when he was saving those fucking PKs, dude. And like I said, Kassar was very early on. He was a junior or a sophomore that year.
Right.
And he didn't start playing goal till he was like 15, fucking 16 years old. So he was probably a goalie for like a year before that shit, So imagine the pressure under that shit. Livonia or Churchill Stevenson, district finals, shoot a holy shit. And you were just winning 2-0?
Oh, gosh.
And if I remember correctly, Churchill had a PK in the game that they missed.
Was it
It was Johnny.
John? Was it John?
Gio. Yeah, it was. Sorry, Gio.
Oh, Gio was an amazing player.
Absolutely.
Amazing player, amazing person, very,
Still is?
absolutely.
Yeah, still is there.
Very deep guy.
Yeah,
I like
it was fun having him on our show. He actually was in town from Texas and
Nice.
showed up in Howell back when we had the
Yeah.
studio there. What a great day that was. Just to be able
I went to see him play one time because I know he's in a band.
Oh, really?
Royal
Red
Oak.
Eye.
I think he played in Royal Oak.
Yeah. And it was the time Rob Rialdi was the
It was
lead
a
singer.
long time ago. It was
Yeah.
a female lead singer.
Okay, so it would have been a little different than we saw. Probably after Red Eye.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
really good.
He's very good.
Yeah.
And dude, he just picked that shit up because he was hurt
Oh,
playing
yeah.
soccer. He
Yeah.
ended up like red shirt.
Yeah.
And he's like, I had to do something, so he picked up a guitar, and next thing you know, he's just fucking doing it.
Good dude.
crazy.
Good family. Good family.
Absolutely.
Him and Mike, yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing when you look back at all these soccer years, all the great people.
The soccer
people you played
community
with,
is
like,
so
you
close.
The one thing I always like you saying is you used to love talking to the parents, and I know my parents remember talking to you.
yeah.
And
I
fucking
still
loving
do.
You and everything. Absolutely. No, it's fun, and you know what? It's always tough when you see people you haven't seen in ages. Is like, how are your parents? You know, because you're hoping.
Absolutely.
You know, like it's such a hard question to ask, but it's like. The real question should just be, are your parents still around?
They're still alive.
To start with it, you know. No, but it is. It's like one of those things because you do.
That was part of the
especially
game.
in soccer,
Like I said,
all those great parents.
United, like it was a very ethnic team.
Right.
And half the entertainment for me while I was playing was watching the parents because soccer was life to them.
Right.
And to see them so into it and saying, are they going to get into a fight with the ref?
Right.
Yeah, it was entertaining. Like I said, today's world,
But
going across the border with the team we had was so ethnic because back then we all drove in vans together.
Right.
And I could see the Niagara Falls like, pull over,
Oh, no shit.
pull over. We're going to go through everybody.
Right, exactly. We need to see every single person's ID or
That's
passport,
right.
whatever the fuck you got. It
Right.
doesn't
You had
matter.
every nationality in here. We don't trust you.
Which was, and you know what, and that was the funny thing, because I remember when my brother Paul came home one day and was like, to my parents, like, I want to play soccer. And I mean, they were almost like, what the fuck is that, you know?
Yeah.
But like you said, it exposes you to so many different cultures and people and everything else about it, which is really the coolest part of it when you stand back and look at your experience over time, right?
My poor father. When I said I want to play soccer because he was the big football guy and he played
My dad
semi-pro baseball.
My dad hoped I picked baseball instead of
he played
soccer. I picked soccer.
baseball.
But he loved it in the end. Your dad did
he
too.
became president of the.
Right.
He got so involved,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, soccer parents are a unique crew, and
No, and that was the thing is I will give them credit because back in the day when it was literally nothing you ever heard of, they let the kids do what they wanted. They embraced it, and then like some of us got really fucking good at it, and they're like, it was like they. It was funny because my dad specifically, right, and you know, going through club and in high school, I was an All-American. I mean, I can't say it enough, obviously. I was an All-American high school. You know, coming out into college, I mean, obviously I had a ton of fucking offers and shit to go play anywhere. And I chose UAD. And part of it was a lot of people that I knew that I was going to be playing with. That was important to me.
yeah,
Right? Because
me too.
no matter how bad your team was beforehand, UAD, I know with me and these other guys coming in, we can make it that much fucking better. Two, my parents who fucking gave up so much of their life for me to have this chance, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, but every fucking family vacation I ever went on needed, like, revolved around soccer.
We went 2 days early wherever we're going.
2
for
days
soccer.
early or a couple days late,
Soccer.
right?
Then we'll go on vacation.
Right, and so like it was cool because they got to experience it all, you know, and then being able to build something at UAD from that was not good.
Sure, because
to something that's fucking a perennial power. Even
I always
you know,
wanted to go to
actor.
Schoolcraft,
Right,
because Mr. Demetrio Van
Yeah.
was our assistant coach at United,
right,
and loved him. He was like, I mean, he was a father figure, and
absolutely.
we were dominant, and I wanted to play for them.
Schoolcraft was fucking amazing.
And
At that time frame where it was like you
Very
could,
good.
probably I would say about the year you going in, year two or going in, and even well after I was going into my college time. Like people went to Schoolcraft because it was a fucking national power for one.
we beat everybody pretty
You
much.
beat everyone. and Michigan was a fucking powerhouse in soccer from day one. We kicked ass. I mean, let's admit it. I mean, we would go to tournaments. People respected Barter or the Wolves or whoever you fucking were. And Michigan meant something.
Oh yeah,
And it meant something at Schoolcraft, too, without a doubt.
absolutely. And I was I think a year out to where, like I said, I was Jennifer's brother because my sister went to school here after she won the national championship and she was All-American, MVP of the national title game.
I remember Jennifer without
So I was like, "Oh, you're Jennifer's brother."
Yeah.
I'm
And
Jennifer's
she was
brother.
older than you, and I remember her. You know what I
older.
mean? Like, that meant something back
So
then.
and then
for
in
sure.
school, there was like a trophy case with all of that team,
Right.
and it had her plaques, and people figured flowers. That's you relate? Yeah, I relate. That's my sister.
Yeah.
And that's what and then she played for the Hawks, and the Hawks are huge now.
Right.
And then that's when you say, I'm way better than my sister.
Well, like you
I'm
were,
just
you
kidding.
were harder at the ground floor.
No
Your sister was
disrespect,
Hawks
Jennifer,
At
I'm
the
just
ground floor.
Well, the
I was
defense. Well, I
Bulls.
play defense.
It's
We don't
great.
get pressed.
No,
We don't get pressed. The goal scorers get the press, and
you
I
know-
was always so proud of my sister.
You know what the press is, though? Between the defense, the goalie, everyone fucking recognizes it. You know what I mean? Even
the
the goal
biggest-
scorer deep down,
One
they
of the
recognize the
biggest
work you do
compliments
to
I
make
got.
their life easier.
Mr. Demetrio, after I was done, he said, "TJ, you're the Joe Dumars of soccer. You weren't flashy.
Yeah.
You just went out and did your job."
Yep.
And I
And
appreciate
people loved
that.
you.
I appreciate that.
That's the other thing.
And
Maybe
it
you
did.
didn't say people loved you, and that's what people did with Joe Dumars. People fucking love that guy. He was that fucking
Love that.
nice guy.
Love that,
everyone
TJ.
loved, you know what I mean? That's who you were. You were that guy, and that is the consummate fucking team player. No matter what, no matter how the shit went, you were always the one that was trying to bring everyone together. Are we doing shitty? Okay, what do we got to do better? Are we doing great? All right, don't get too fucking cocky. You know, right? You got to be that guy too. You got to fucking bring everyone in too. Like,
Don't get too fucking cocky.
I will never forget my first 3 fucking games of college, right? Mm-hmm. Again, I don't know if anyone knew, but I came into college as an All-American. But no, like, game 1, we played against Oakland.
Oh,
So, I mean,
yeah.
that was Gio, that was Sheehy in goal.
We played them.
Lamar.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Malai.
Yeah.
And I'm a freshman. And we played at Oakland, and guess what? We beat them cocksuckers 1-0. And then game 2, Siena Heights, but still, it's college soccer, right? Different ball game.
Did you call them cocksuckers?
Yeah, I did
Oakland
call them,
guys.
I
Yeah,
did
not-
call them
How dare you.
cocksuckers.
Yeah,
You know,
not Siena Heights. Not Siena.
no,
Yeah, Oakland.
No, Oakland were cocksuckers. And you know why I can say that? Because I
didn't say that.
2-1 against them. So if I have a winning record, you're a cocksucker. No, I love all those guys. Everyone I mentioned,
I know.
amazing. I loved, like, that first game in college was like, oh my God, this is like the most amazing, because there was so many people. It was UAD in Oakland.
Oh, yeah.
Morris coached in UAD, he played in Oakland. All these fucking players that, commingled, and it was, it was packed.
Yeah.
And dude, we won.
Packed.
We won 1-0. Shut up. And so I'm like,
Do you remember the attendance at the Stevenson Churchill games?
oh, both sides of the fucking thing.
I remember
You'd be
it.
like 1,500.
I lived in
The
Brighton.
entire state showed up.
Absolutely.
I lived in
Both
Brighton,
sides.
and I would come and watch those
Absolutely.
games. I probably seen you play
it was-
in 91
it
or
was
90
like-
or whatever.
Absolutely.
It was like the entire state showed
Uh-huh.
up.
So my second
games are
college
badass.
game, Siena Heights, which whatever, but it's on the road. It was like 7-0. So then we go on this road trip to Pennsylvania. First conference game, LaSalle, 0-0 going into overtime, and that was before Golden Goal. We beat them 3-0.
Golden Goal.
We beat them 3-0. So now I'm like freshman again, All-American. So of course I'm super cocky already. Let's start with that. Before I ever started college, I was
Sounds like you still are,
Oh.
Cal.
no. So then now I'm like 3 shutouts into my first year of college. I never forget saying, I might never get scored on my whole fucking career. The next day we're playing St. Joseph's from New Jersey. It's on AstroTurf. Not like field turf, but straight up like fucking AstroTurf.
Shit.
No one on our team had a clue. Every one of us were wearing fucking cleats. We didn't even have on fucking flats. I let 4 goals, I think, within like the first 20 minutes of the fucking game. Now I'm feeling like the worst piece of shit in my fucking life. I got pulled from the game. I'm like, my goals against went from 0 to like fucking 1.5 over fucking night. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this sucks.
Oh,
But that just goes to show you, like, how you, like, the whole fucking thing of it is just.
But
you also have those team members that pull you back.
We made my sophomore year at Schoolcraft. We won the region. We were going to nationals.
Right.
Our first game was a team from New Jersey. We didn't know anything about them.
Yeah,
East Coast is always that wild card.
We're on the field warming up, and all of a sudden, we see a team they're playing Jamaican music, and they're all from Jamaica. They all look much older than us, and they're like smoking a little. And we all look at each other. We go, "We're fucked." They were gazelle. Everybody was so fast, so skilled. They were like 28 years old. We're all like 18.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And Mr. Dimitri was like, yeah, he was pissed because we're like, how is this? They can't even speak English.
Right.
This is
soccer
college.
Yeah.
We only lost 3-0. We ended up being 6th in the nation that year, but
It just didn't feel right.
it didn't feel right.
No.
Like, you're literally trying to win, like, a junior college national championship.
Yeah, you got wronged
just
a little bit.
because.
And
You
it's
can, right?
Yeah.
Versus what it's supposed to meant to be. It's supposed to, like, elevate those players that either weren't good academically, so they couldn't get into the university, but they have great skills, or they couldn't, whatever. But, like, rather than giving them a platform to get to the next level, because there's plenty of guys on our team at UAD that came from fucking Schoolcraft or whatever.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But, like, to just win, like, you compromise everything that it's supposed to be about. And that's the part I always struggle with.
That's
With any sports. Like,
a little weird.
Sure.
don't compromise what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah. My goal, I wanted to make it to the national tournament, which we did. But man,
Do you remember any of the...
fuck.
So, thinking about those times, like, when you went to, like, shit like that, do you remember any of, like, your pump-up fucking songs or anything like that? Like, what'd you...
Oh,
listen
Public
to?
Enemy.
Public Enemy. Fuck yes.
Oh yeah.
God, how good were they? Seriously.
Public Enemy.
'Cause they were
I was
great.
a big rap guy back then.
So was I. And they were great rap, but they weren't, like, dirty to try to,
No.
like, get fan. They were just, like, themselves, and it was fucking amazing.
Welcome to the Terror Dome.
Welcome to the Terror. Fuck yes.
Oh yeah.
So obviously we do
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube for sure. And I love this because we do our playlists from the episodes, and sometimes
No
like, we
Prince.
get so.
It was all rap for me.
No, we got some Prince in there, but no, this is the part that I love.
I'm
is, like,
pumped up.
The
Oh.
other pieces of you, like, that made up for some of that overwhelming fucking Prince that you had in there.
Oh sure, yeah. Prince was a.
What about let's call it the mid to late 80s to early 90s rap? Because, I mean, I loved rap at that time. What were some of your favorites?
So when I hear it, like, it's amazing because at work I deal with some younger guys, and when they say old school rap, their old school is like new school to me.
Right.
Old school to me is, I mean, I remember the Sugar Hill Gang. That's where I kind of
Right. Now,
Run DMC. I have Run DMC vinyl.
Nice.
Yeah, LL Cool J, Beastie Boys,
Eric B.
Eric B. and Rakim, absolutely. EPMD.
Fucking, yeah, right. Those are Boogie Down Productions.
Boogie
gave us
Down.
one.
Oh, absolutely, all that. I loved all that.
And that was so.
It was
that's
very
so funny.
creative back then.
Well, that's what I always say to Neil. Those are, every single person you just mentions, everyone always mentioned you from like the '80s rap, right? Because that was Paul,
Yeah.
and Paul was you. You know?
absolutely.
Like we all. That's when we were all getting
Dunkel. We mentioned
exposed to
Dunkel.
that shit.
Dunkel's mentioned.
And
a
then
lot.
Dunkel, you mentioned.
You know
Absolutely.
Dunkel.
Dunkel's been our like number one fan from fucking day one. He's been on our show, and so that was the time you, Paul, and Dunkel played on that Wolves team at the
Yeah.
end of your career.
Great team.
Right. That's the time, though, right?
Yeah.
That's when you mentioned
Great
Dunkel.
team.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was.
And I tell you, when we added just a couple pieces, when we added Brady, Gentili,
Yes.
Yes.
we were formidable.
Fucking good.
We could take
So
on
okay.
anyone.
All right.
Love
So
that a lot.
this totally brings me back.
Mr. Erickson was the coach.
Yes!
He was
Yes!
hilarious.
Brady's dad was the best guy. He'd always yell for obstruction. I don't know if you remember that, and I agree with him. How many times? It's a fucking obstruction. Call it. Call it like it is. It's obstruction.
Wasn't Brady like the best at obstruction, or was that?
Yes, Brady was fucking amazing at
Not obstruction,
obstruction.
but I mean, at least
But his
shielding.
dad was also the best at calling it out. No, there's a picture of that time. So it was you and Paul and Dunkel and Brady, and oh my God, I just remember this. And it was someone's birthday at some tournament. And at some point in time, someone was given a G-string that was in the shape and form of like a referee, black and white stripe. And there was a picture of Brady, like fucking, I think it was his birthday. But that team, I remember it was like so much fun, and you guys had a blast, and you were super good. And I remember that was when I got to meet Justin more than anything, because he was like the Vardar guy.
Sure.
And I remember him being the Vardar guy, because I was the younger guy, like looking up to that team, and he was like that midfielder that no one really knew about, because he was from Lansing.
Because Vardar kind of went away from him.
But he was good.
Yes.
He played pro. He went pro.
Right. And that's what he said. And like by the end, he was like, fuck that shit. I just want to have fun.
Sure, he was
because he was going to Butler already anyway.
Right.
You know, and then he said that was one of the most fun times was playing with you guys or whatever.
It was a lot of fun.
But you guys were also very fucking good.
There was a level different. You had the Vardar, and then you had that Rochester team where they were good, and then you had us kind of in the middle.
Right.
And we knew what we were, but we
Right.
didn't care.
But you know you play
But you're
hard, and
good.
sometimes you're going to fucking give them fucking a punch in the nose.
Absolutely.
And if you didn't, you're going to have a great time trying.
That's my whole career.
Which is great. Well, I mean, that was UAD. I mean, fuck, we were always in it. I remember our junior year where we're like still like fucking fighting for shit, and we don't even have uniforms that fucking match, right? Our shorts and our shirts don't match.
Remember those shorts?
You have your
those
equipment A and
80s
your
gold
C.
shorts?
Yes, it's like, what the fuck? We look like idiots out here, but then it's like, who gives a shit because we're kicking the shit out of
I had to
people?
buy my own shorts for high school because the Churchill ones were so short.
Right? Oh, yeah. I know. It's funny, like, and everyone who bitches about where they're coming from now is like, dude, you have no idea, right? We were literally ground floor soccer.
Essentially soccer in the U.S. I mean, if you look at the U.S. national team
Right?
from the 80s, you know, I mean,
wow.
they had good uniforms, but they all that. I mean,
No, that 90 team, those were fucking horrible short uniforms.
Even like
they were
the-
fucking
We
horrible.
had
They were-
like
they were
softball.
college guys
We had like
playing against,
softball
the best-
jerseys. They were
Yeah.
like
Right.
polyester.
huh?
Yeah, they were horrible.
I
They were
know.
horrible. Then we had like these long sleeve black. There was like a sweater.
But you know what? At Churchill,
Like a sweater.
at our high school, we went from like you went from like an afterthought to like, man, this is like our like bread and butter. Because you guys, if you remember, you had those.
Oh, I know.
you
I
had
left at the wrong time.
No, you did, but you guys, I loved those. They were the black, red, black. Long sleeve uniforms that you had, they were fucking killer. You looked amazing.
I remember
out there.
those. I remember those.
Oh,
Those
they
were
were
nice.
so cool.
Cool, but they're
And I
probably
remember being
hot.
like super young,
Or warm if it was cold.
but it was high school, so
Yeah.
you'd end up in the cold
Yeah.
part of the season, and it was
Yep.
black, red, black. You had the black shorts. I think it was black socks. It was
Yep.
just super fucking like. That was like
I went.
to me. That was the Vardar precursor. Like,
The
if you
Vardar,
remember, 'cause
I
Vardar
still
went
have
to that.
Vardar. We had like the Star of David.
But you had
I
that
still
shit
have
at
it,
Churchill
and I
before
still-
those guys
I still
ever
have
did.
the original Vardar satin black
Do you really?
jacket.
Jacket, everything?
I have all
yeah.
my shit.
That's awesome.
And they give you a star for every season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that meant something in fucking like middle school.
You
and
still
high
have
school
that?
and
I
shit?
still have it.
Like a
awesome.
top.
It's the.
No, I know.
It's like a starter jacket.
It's almost. It's got
Okay.
that black shiny.
It's not like,
material.
Very satin,
It
shiny.
has your name.
It's got
and
Vardar. It's got my name
And
stitched.
if I remember, if it's stitched, it's also stitched in red and white at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah, of
CJ.
course it is. 'Cause it's
Send us
Vardar.
a picture of that, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
when we do this,
That's
we'll
so
put it on
awesome.
there, and then because I know there's a bunch of people that are like, I want that.
Oh,
top.
I remember
want
having
top.
that.
It's got our number. Our number on
Yeah.
one.
It had your number on the side.
20 it was
and then
21.
it
It
was
was
stars
number
on the
21.
other side.
That was
Yeah.
21.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Sorry, but I meant to say this guy was always number one in your heart and your prayer.
Always. We all know this.
Always
Without saying.
No, I tell you what, this has been fucking so much fun with you, TJ. Not only about the soccer part that we've just been talking about, but hearing about your experience of Prince and like how close you were to all of that, at least
fun.
for 7 days, right? Which, holy shit, I never saw him in concert. He's always been the one that got away from me. I always wished I'd seen him because of just everything you've always heard, right? And you got to experience that, which is super cool.
Oh yeah,
You know, and that's what I love about having people like you on, being able to share that experience, no matter what it is. I will say, Neil, we just fucking kick ass every fucking time, no matter what we do.
TJ, thank you very much for everything. I fucking
Absolutely welcome.
love doing what we just did right there, and the Prince thing and the fucking soccer thing.
And it's,
fucking A. Thank you.
And
for
we've
coming
been
to
working
visit.
on it now for the last year, so the fact that you're actually here. Now the next goal is now to get us to one of those fucking parties on the lake that you keep talking about.
Oh, absolutely. I was on the lake this morning. That's where I came from.
I know.
What?
No,
All right, we'll talk about
Fenton.
that.
last year was the big
Oh, in
one.
Fenton?
You had the Prince
Okay.
party
Yeah, no,
last year on
yeah.
the lake. And I want to say it was like 30, 40.
Yeah. People
some
from Chicago came
That's
to
so
that.
crazy, which I can't wait to
Now
be a
people
part of
from
that.
Redford can come.
Right, exactly. Well, no, but last year I think when he did, I was at Lollapalooza. So I was like, well, shit, So shit gets in the way, but we'll figure it out.
So we'll have an episode at the lake
100%.
I would love to.
Way on board with that.
And
in my
I
vault.
would love to have some sort of lake party with you. We'll get over there early.
Get
We'll
some
have
soccer people over there.
No, we'll have you back on. We'll have others on. We'll do a whole fucking day of it. We'll get out on the fucking boat and everything else and make a day
Awesome.
of it. It sounds awesome. Everyone else, make sure you listen to us on our socials. YouTube specifically, just because we have so many cool fucking videos there and the shit that we've seen over the last 2.5 years. What's this? Oh, shit.
Dirty Mind album.
Ah, there he goes. So it's funny because you mentioned earlier, like, man, this album before 1999. So I'm sitting here before when you guys.
That's his third album.
So what album was before 1999? But no, I do love fucking Prince. I was always Team Prince over Team MJ because I felt he was way more fucking talented and versatile. But that's beside the point, Neil. Always a fucking pleasure with you.
You got it, brother.
Check us out, YouTube, Instagram, everything else. And whatever you do, just go out, enjoy your show, have fun, and love to hear about it someday. Peace.
See you.